your job is going to be there tomorrow, right? You do not know when your job, your paycheck is going to end. That's why I always tell you on this channel that you should always have an additional source of income. You should never, ever, and I mean never, ever, ever, rely on your paycheck as your only source of income. Keep in mind that you use your paycheck to pay for your entire livelihood. Your paycheck covers the fuel in your car, the food on your table, the roof over your head, the clothes on your back, the shoes on your feet, the underwear on your behind. Your paycheck tells you how you're going to be able to live this life, or what kind of life you're going to be able to live. Your paycheck is the ultimate financial authority in your life. So your paycheck says things to you like, yes, it communicates with you. Your paycheck talks to you. I promise you, your paycheck talks to you. It says things like, you can't afford that. Somebody hit the thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. I'm preaching better than y'all amening right now. So your paycheck says, you can't afford that. Yeah, but I want to get this. Nope. You can't afford that. Your paycheck says that to you. It says you can't afford that. It says things to you like, can we get more hours to make me bigger? Can we pick up an extra job to make me bigger? Your paycheck says things to you like, look, buddy, listen, you are stretching me as far as I can be stretched. You are living above your means. You are living above your means. I told you your paycheck talks to you. So my paycheck talked to me a long time, for many, many years. And I never want to hear from my paycheck again. I eventually, at some point one day, I just said, hey, shut up. I don't want to talk to you again. I said that to my paycheck. I advise you to do the same, because whether you like it or not, your paycheck controls your entire life. So I'll prove it to you. If you want to buy a certain house, then how are you going to determine if you can afford it or not? What's the first thing you're going to look at? Exactly. Ding, ding, ding for 200 paycheck. If you want to take a vacation and you think about, man, I'd sure like to go to a vacation. I'd like to spend a couple weeks in Dubai and blah, blah, blah. The first thing you're going to look at is what? Exactly. Your paycheck. If you want to take your family to a nice restaurant, buy nice things for Christmas, buy that Mercedes you've been eyeing for 3 years, right? You want to get that Benz, because we all know everybody look better in a Benz. As I say that, a Rolls Royce driving right next to me. I don't get the Rolls Royce. I don't understand why people love them. They're not good looking cars to me, but to each its own. And I definitely wouldn't spend, I don't know, 200, 300,000. What do you pay for that, sweetheart? I don't know. Something ridiculous for a car just ain't worth it. But hit thumbs up if this is making any sense to you, or if you value from any of the of my whatchamacallit, right? So, but yeah, if you buy a car like that, you definitely got to ask for a refund. But again, a lot of you rely on your paycheck, and then you don't realize that your paycheck is not safe. It's not reliable. You can lose your job any day at any time. And here's the kicker. It doesn't even have to be your fault. You could lose your job based on something or contributing factor that has nothing to do with you, right? The company you work for, sure, they might love you. You might be, one of the best workers at the company, but then all of a sudden, what happens? The company sells. They don't need you. The company decides we're spending too much money. Who's got a big salary that we can cut? There you go. The company decides we don't need this department. We have AI that can run this department now. Or we have people that are willing to work for less. They'll do your work just as well as you will. Right? Then all of a sudden, what do? You get unemployment. because your paycheck controls your life. I bet you guys never ever think about that. I know you don't. Most people don't. I bet you never think about the idea or the fact that your paycheck controls your entire life. What you buy and what you can't buy, determined by your paycheck. Where you live, where you can't live, determined by your paycheck. What you drive, what you can't drive, determined by your paycheck. Where you take your date, determined by your paycheck. Your paycheck determines your entire life. So what do you do about it? Glad you asked. That's a great question. Here's what you do about it. You find a way to no longer tie your life to your paycheck. Now, I always say it's better to live off cash flow than it is earned income. And there's a few reasons for that. Number one, again, like we're talking about right now, income is not guaranteed. Right? Your job can be taken from you tomorrow. Right? Number two, income requires your time. The most valuable thing that you own in this world is your time. Until someone learns how to make more time, you better take care of the time that you have. So what's valuable to me is my time. What does that mean? Well, I want to spend my time doing what I want to do. I don't want to spend my time punching a clock. I don't want to spend my time working for a boss, working for a paycheck. I don't want to spend my time begging for a pay raise. I don't want to do that. I want to spend my time doing the things I enjoy doing, making great money. Now, I don't have to make $1 million a year, but I told you guys, if you can make just $10,000 a month cash flow from an asset, your life would never be the same. $10,000, sure, it's not going to make you a millionaire, but it does not require your time. So for instance, if you go and buy a vending machine and you put the vending machine in a good location and that, let's say it makes you $500 a month. Hey, what's up everybody in the chat? The vending machine makes you $500 a month. Not a whole lot, just $500. Now that you own the asset, which is the vending machine, it makes you $500 a month. Now all you have to do, because you got the blueprint. That's it. An asset that produces cash flow. So you didn't have to leave your house. You didn't have to rush through traffic to park. No, you have an asset. That asset, as long as it's plugged up in field, will produce cash flow. So if you're broke, you need to learn this. You need to learn how to make money without needing a job. Now, go get a job, of course, because you don't want to be broke. Your options are limited. Your opportunities are limited. So you definitely want to get a job to be able to take care of yourself. But at the same time, when you're not at work, so the 9 to 5, that's sold to corporate America. That's where you go and make your paycheck. The 5 to 9, when you get off and you go home, turn off the television, the electronic income reducer televisions. Turn it off. Turn off your favorite shows. Turn it all off. And go get a tablet, sit down and write down ideas where you can start making money without having to leave your house. What are some assets that I could get, that I can acquire? Somebody said they just subscribed. I appreciate that. What are some assets that I could get where I can use those assets, right? Well, I can find a way to get the asset to make money and then use that money to change my life, right? So I'll give you guys an example based on how I live and what I was able to do. And I'm no genius. I'm not special or anything like that. You're looking at a guy who was homeless 3 times in his life. So I was really good at being homeless, really bad at money management and being able to change my life. So I know what I'm talking about. I used to work a lot of hours, make a little bit of money. It's very hard. And eventually one day, I started helping people load furniture, and that's how I started making a little money. And then in 2020, finally got my hands on enough money to change my life, where I started a middleman business from my house. And I just started using my phone to book customers for some friends of mine here in Dallas who had moving services. And I was like, I'm not going out and move anybody, but if you guys need a customer, if I find anybody, I'll send them to you. So I started promoting the business, booking customers, and then I started taking a deposit from the customers. And I did that in 2020. I made 77 grand. By the way, you don't have to do a middleman business, but if you want to learn how to do it, just put the word middleman in the comments below under any of my videos, and I'll send you a link to a free live training where you can see me break it down. That's if you want to use your phone to make money from your house. But if you don't want to do that, look, there's vending machines. There's I don't know much about stocks and trading, but whatever helps you. What's up, John? What's up, everybody? But you guys have got to figure out a way to make money without having to go to work. Again, don't quit your job. Just when you come home, when you punch the clock and you leave work, start working on you. Start working on, how do I make money when I'm not at work? What can I do to make more money? And so you got to figure that part out so that you can get paid and eventually be free. Because a job's never going to pay you enough to live the life you want to live unless you really don't want a whole lot. That's not how jobs work. That's why the middle class struggle the most. The rich who live their best lives, they're not at jobs. They're not punching clocks. You don't find rich people working in the mall. You don't find rich people working at the gas station. You don't find rich people working on the back of Amazon trucks. That's just not how it goes. There's nothing wrong with those jobs, but you're never going to get wealthy that way. I don't know about you. I want to be rich, right? I want to be wealthy. I want to leave wealth. The Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. I want to be a good man or a good woman for you that are watching. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Welcome to the channel. I got to bounce. I hope you guys get something from this. If you want to learn how to start a middleman business, put middleman in the comments. Otherwise, listen, don't trust your job. It's not safe. You got to find a way to make money when you're not at work. See you guys on the next video. I got to go.